The pace car rolls off as we get set to go green for round number 12 of the 2017 DuPont Series of Racing season. Sean Galligan on pole alongside Deanna Shelton. As the field comes to the green flag comes out and Galligan launches off. Shelton though, in the 5, manages to match the start of Sean Galligan and gets a run through turn 1. And Shelton takes the lead, and Galligan, the pole sitter, will not lead for long. And not to mention his teammate Zachary Fitzwater moves to second place. So Galligan, not a good start for that 44 car as he's trying to clear in front of Josh Travel as Fitzwater immediately goes to make a charge on the 5. Cody Lamas with a problem already. He did not make it to the green flag. So the 48 car, they're still working on the car, so it looks like they're going to this was on the replay of the start, by the way. The 48, they are going to have to start from pit road as they continue to sort their problem. Ooh, trouble. Vargas and Thanos make contact as they head to the grass as James Shelley gets into Elijah Bree. And around goes Sebastian Mendez and Seth Cole, and Joshua Michaels in the 31 gets a piece. And the first lap accident. Out for 6th place is Vincent Allen and Gene Sanford are side by side, and Sean Angel, who got a great run off that corner, he's going to go 3 wide for the position here on lap number 2. And Angel, he keeps his foot in it to go 3 wide. And Sanford does not back out. And there goes the 0 and the 24. Sanford kept her nose in there for 3 wide, didn't back out, and Allen didn't have much room to work with. Kind of maybe partially squeezed, but 3 wide was just not going to work. Jesse Turner, who has had a rough past couple of rounds. He's currently sitting just barely to the top 20 as he gets hooked by Satsuki Yakajor. From 19th place, Turner gets spun into the wall. Chris Washer coming to pit road. I believe he has back end damage from that lap 1 crash. And Turner goes around. Looks like he'll keep going. I don't think the damage was too bad. His back end did clip the wall, but it doesn't look too major. Meanwhile, Deanna Shelton continues to lead as she has a trio of BMWs behind her that she's trying to hold off. As whoa, Fitzwater, whoa, he got shaky into the keyhole, and that didn't go very well. Fitzwater trying to get past Shelton and maybe driving a little bit too hard for it. Ooh, Michael Cavanero takes a really bad entry into the corner, comes up into Dylan Young and into the tire barrier. Cavanero, who took a really bad entry, I don't think he saw Young coming up his inside. And Cavanero and Young, they don't look happy with each other. And Cavanero's going to come across into Dylan Young and turns him hard into the guardrail. Oh boy, Michael Cavanero, with perhaps a bit of retaliation. I think he blames Dylan Young for what just happened. And that will probably be looked at. That was not very nice. Here's a replay of what happens here. You can see Michael Cavanero, he takes a bit of a kind of a different line. It looks like he got a little bit tight on entry, and Cavanero was super slow, and Young just had a great run because he took that corner more correctly. And then I'm not sure what the heck happens here. Cavanero's trying to get back on track. Young isn't giving him much of the room, and I think Michael might have retaliated slightly, and then you could see they continue to give each other some slight smacks for good measure, but that will definitely be something that'll be investigated. But A little bit too early for a little bit too early for that type of incident. Here's one final look at it. You see Cavanero gets a little bit loose or tight into the entry, starts sliding everywhere, tries to correct the car, comes into Young. And Young, I don't think he didn't really do anything wrong. Cavanero just took that corner wrong, and he was just trying to go around him. And yeah, that was not very pretty on Cavanero nor Young's part. Troubles for Sean Angel. He's being summoned to pit road, apparently with a problem. Apparently he believes a tire was going down the 45 car. So they are going to have to surrender 6th place, and this is way outside the window, so this is looking to be a 3-stop race for Mr. Sean Angel. So he's got some work to do. Paul Thanos and Vincent Allen come down pit road. Thanos does have backing damage. We're not quite sure what from, but he does have it, and Vincent Allen trying to probably fix the left side damage he got with that lap 2 accident with Sanford. Vargas and Shelley also to pit road. They might have had some problems too. And Turner probably flat spotted his tires when he spun, so. And fixing the backing damage. So a lot of cars in trouble early here. Gotta say, a big surprise this weekend has probably been Mikael Dahlstrom in this 26 car for Dunlop Pratt Incorporated. They have actually put together a pretty solid car this weekend. They qualified in the top 20, and they are running in 11th place, so they are punching above their weight, I'd say, as they are right behind CM Paul at 3rd. So Dahlstrom looking to potentially get a really solid finish here to try and get ahead in the Patriots Trophy Championship. Cody Lamas was able to get his car back out on track before being put 1 lap down. So Lamas still technically on the lead lap, but he has his teammate Deanna Shelton right behind him. So Lamas at this point, I don't think he's going to make any ground for a top 20 finish unless things get absolutely hectic, but Lamas will definitely be there to pick up any scraps, and he'll definitely need the best position he can get to start in for the B main. Joshua Collard, who has had a solid day so far today, running in 5th place. He is about to get overtaken by Charlie Fibrosis in the 9 car. And Collard, realizing it's not really worth fighting for, he's going to let Fibrosis go by. So far, this has been already been one of Collard's better runs of the season. And looks like he's running quite cautiously. Probably doesn't want to blow anything, but Fibrosis now pushes to 5th place. And probably looking towards the leader as well. 4 Beeman W's in the top 5. Deanna Shelton, Sean Galligan, and co. coming to pit road. Zachary Fitzwater stays out in the 55 car, as does Josh Travel, as the first of 2 stops needed for this afternoon. Fitzwater completes his stop, as we're going to see where he emerges out. If he is in front of Deanna Shelton, and it looks like it. I don't see the 5 car. I don't see Shelton anywhere, but Fitzwater comes into pit road all by himself. I believe might have inherited the lead. Trouble, John Arndt and Paul Thanos make contact into turn 1, and Arndt hard into the wall. John Arndt was just coming out of pit lane, and he and Thanos made contact. We'll have to look at that one. But John Arndt, they're going to have to tow him back to pit lane. And now Thanos with even more back-end damage, which she had just repaired. Her day goes from bad to worse. Let's see what happens here. John Arndt just coming off pit lane. And Thanos, who might have maybe misjudged John Art's position there. One more, look at that one more time. That wasn't exactly the best angle. One more time here. John Art, who was merging back onto the track, and Thanos, who I think might have misjudged how fast she was going to blow by John Art, just runs into the back of him. Although it did kind of look like Art might have slid up into her slightly, but regardless, Thanos was cutting it really close, so that's not exactly a fun way to go out for John Art. A disastrous stop for Deanna Shelton in the 5 car, as she has fallen from first all the way to 9th place. So I'm not quite sure what happened with Shelton, maybe on her outlap, or perhaps something got stuck with the jack, but Shelton now down to 9th place. She has got some work cut out for her, but she's going to begin by trying to pass Bobby Jones, who is having actually a pretty solid run, as is Mikhail Dahlstrom, who is in 10th place, as he continues to impress everybody this weekend. So Stephen Paul III, who had actually not pitted yet, he's actually technically the leader right now. He is out of gas. Well, that's a problem. Paul out of gas, and the leaders were probably going to go by him in a couple of seconds, which would be Zachary Fitzwater. Well, a good chunk of the top 5 changed, as Michael Block is now 2nd place, so they must have had a really good stop. Josh Travel up to 3rd place, Eugene DeMax to 4th, and Joshua Kahn regains 5th, and Charlie Fibrosis, I don't see him either. He was 5th place when pit stops began. I think he might have fallen to maybe behind Shelton, it looks like. Balfour, we believe, 12th place here. Sean Angel dives into the 87. Duncan makes contact, and they hit each other continuously, and they hit the wall. And Eric Wolf, with nowhere to go, runs into the back of the 87. And Duncan, who had made his way up to 12th place, he is now down to, looks like 17th? 18th maybe? One more look here. This was quite a very aggressive move on Sean Angel's part. He just dives into Duncan and just does not let off at all. You know, if they had made contact earlier, I would probably say that might have been intentional, but I think Angel might have just been driving a little bit too hard. And Duncan pays the price, even though he didn't really do anything that was worth being spun for. Michael Block was passed by Collard and Travel, but Block, though, he wants to go 3 wide to get 2nd place back. We're being told he might have slipped up somewhere. And Block, 3 wide for 2nd place. He's going to go for it. Block 3 wide. This didn't work earlier, but this time Collard did back out. And Block makes the pass in the 29. Oh, my goodness. What a pass from Block. He made that mistake, fell back to 4th, and just got it right back. And that was a very impressive move by the 29 cars. DeMax and Collard made contact. And now DeMax looking for 3rd place from Travel. Sean Gallagher makes a dive onto Deanna Shelton, who just passed him. Galligan, ooh, contact with Shelton again. Shelton's trying to fight her way back forward. And woo, Shelton has to back off severely to not dump the 44. And Galligan retakes 7th place from the 5. And now Galligan. Doesn't take long. He gets a run on DJ Curtis here. Now he wants 6th place. And Galligan with a great run through turns 1 and 2. He is going to pass the 19. And now Galligan, he's going to go for Joshua Collard. He wants to go for 3. Look at Galligan. He is all over Joshua Collard. Even gets into the back of him and puts him into the wall. And Collard, he's going to slide off into the grass and almost wipes out Sean Galligan with him. Ooh, that was not very nice. As Galligan moves to 5th place. Tough break for Joshua Collard because this was kind of uncalled for as Galligan just got into the back of him and put him in the wall, and Collard, I mean, he couldn't really stop. And he just wiped out into the corner. I'm surprised he didn't take Galligan with him. I'm not sure how Galligan's car even stayed stable after that one. Now car remerges back into the top 15 roughly. Final pit stop of the day is Zachary Fitzwater. He's going to start his cycle. Dan Shelton pitted 1 lap prior, so she has pitted, but Fitzwater, the leader. Comes to pit road, Michael Block, Josh Travel, and a handful of others still going to stay out. Michael Block, he came to pit road, and he just took 2 tires. Michael Block taking 2 tires in the 29 car. He's going to merge way in front of Josh Travel. And Block, I don't see Fitzwater, and Block all by himself takes 2 tires. That's an interesting call. And Block, he does get in front of Fitzwater, and he is going to get the lead. But at what cost? Because now Block has to go the final quarter of this race with a very old set of tires. And Travel, he had a good stop. He moves up to 2nd place with the 4 tires he has. And there's Fitzwater. He has fallen from 1st to 3rd. But the difference here is that he's got a fresh set of 4 tires. So he is going to absolutely run down these guys. Travel, I mean, he had a good stop, so he has 4 tires too, but Fitzwater, he is just on a warpath right now. And Alan Cavanero, we're being told he took no tires in the 7 car. He's up to 4th place because of that now. So a couple of cars making some interesting gambles here. And you can see Fitzwater, he is just running down Travel. We're being told that before pit stops, Mikhail Dahlstrom might have been part of an accident here, as Bobby Jones, who was slow behind Dylan Young, who's off the pace, gets into Jones, and Jones gets into the wall, and now Dahlstrom, he got hood damage. However, that will not deter Mikhail Dahlstrom from having a good day. He's in 9th place. Despite missing a hood, he looks like a modified. If it was missing a couple of chromosomes, but Dahlstrom in 9th place, trying to hold on here as Fibrosis and Skabnicki trying to pass him, and they're gonna pass him. But Dahlstrom, though, gotta give him credit. Give him some credit. This is a pretty good effort here. Deanna Shelton gets black flagged for speeding under pit road, so she has come down pit road to serve a penalty. A tough break for Deanna Shelton, who led a lot of laps today, and what was probably her best road course race in her career. She is going to not score, I believe, any points, so this is a very big blow to what was a pretty solid up-front running day. Charity had a problem with that first stop where the pit crew just really let her down, and Just a tough break. And meanwhile, Michael Block, who is running laps that are 1.5 seconds slower than Zachary Fitzwater, with 5 to go and a 6-second gap. I'm not quite sure how long Block's going to be able to hold on to this. But Block, this is a very aggressive strategy, as Block, who has not won since 2015, he went winless in 2016. They really are pulling a gamble here, and I think even if Block doesn't pull this off, he's going to get a top 5 finish regardless, so probably a good call regardless of how you look at it. Alan Cavanero's strategy of taking no tires did put him in 4th, but he has already fallen to 7th place, so this gamble isn't exactly... Well, it's working, considering Cavanero where he was, but regardless, Cavanero looking for a really good day here. Starting 35th and has worked his way up to this point. Now, this was strategy, regardless, but it's a very impressive run for the 17. They definitely need a good run like this. Sean Galligan is all over the back of Josh Travel here as they fight for 3rd place. Into the keyhole as Travel doesn't get a good line to the corner, and Galligan into the back of the 10 car, and they're both off the track. Galligan and Travel 3rd and 4th race each other a little too hard, and that is going to cost them majorly. And Travel, his car is beached into the sand, and that has got to be so frustrating. He had been running a great race in the top 5 all day today, and he's not even going to score a point. And Galligan, he keeps his car out there, but he is not going to score the points he wanted. He got the points lead at Germany, after Germany, and this is not going to help him extend it like I think he hoped, as he falls, I think, just barely in the top 15, but that's what happens when you race a little bit too hard, and Galligan sure paid the price, as did Travel. DJ Curtis, who I think has inherited 3rd place, gets into Eric Wolf, who's off the pace in the 66 car. He lost a cylinder a couple of laps ago. And now here comes Louviere with a big head of steam, trying to make the pass on Curtis here, but Wolf, who doesn't really have much place to go, has to try his best to get out of the way, but Louviere with Xavier Broses, who was looking for 3 wide. This is within the top 5, and Fibrosis into the back of the 93. They are racing really hard, good lord. Louviere looking for a top 5. That's what happened in Travel and Galligan, that opens the door for him. But look at Fibrosis, he gets a great run trying to make this pass on Louviere. Some very intense racing here in these final couple of laps. Zachary Fitzwater, who is running down Michael Block. You can see Block just ahead in front of him, as Block, I think, is trying to put someone a lap down, and Fitzwater, he's coming to pit road. Zachary Fitzwater on pit road with 3 to go. What on earth? Fitzwater surrendering 2nd. I don't think this is a scheduled stop. You can see Travel still beached. He's still getting his car fixed. But Fitzwater, why is he pitting with 3 to go? And now Michael Block with 2 laps to go. He has an 8-second lead over Eugene Max, who currently sits in 2nd place. Block is still running several seconds slower than some of those guys behind him, but Block, I think he's got this made at this point. Zachary Fitzwater coming off pit road, and we are being told that the reason why Fitzwater came back to pit road was that the team did not believe that they put enough fuel in the car for him to go the rest of the way. And that is a costly mistake, as Fitzwater with the cold tires, he's going to get forced 3 wide with Duncan and Petrov. And Fitzwater goes off the track. He's going to fall outside the top 20 now. But that has got to be so frustrating for Fitzwater. This was the exact same thing that happened at Dubai, where they were running top 5 and just a costly mistake on pit road where they didn't put enough fuel in the car cost him what would have been a good points day, and it has happened again here in Finland, and that is just a terrible mistake to make. Fitzwater, who pretty much was charging block, he was going to catch him. He was running 2 seconds quicker. And now Fitzwater, I don't think he's going to score much of any points today. DuPont third down with a problem, and Fitzwater has to make very large adjustments to avoid him. Louviere, who is trying to hold the Fibrosis back as we are coming to the white flag. And ooh, Fibrosis makes a big dive into the corner. Well, this happened. Fibrosis, maybe a little bit too aggressive into the corner entry, gets into Louviere, and I'm not sure how that happened. Well, a heartbreak for Chris Louviere, who is going to most likely get a top 5 finish today. He's not going to get that as that happens. I'm not quite sure what to explain on that one, but Louviere upside down on his side. He's going to have to be put on pit road, and that is a very disappointing end for Louviere after having such a good day. I'm not quite sure what to say about that one, really, but yeah. Meanwhile, Michael Block, who has come to take the white flag. You know, I thought he was a bit of a dead man there. Fitzwater was coming for him. He probably would have been long gone by now, but Block, with some fortune on his side and probably a really to his credit, a great gutsy call. He has a 8-second lead over Eugene DeMax, so all Block's got to do is just drive this thing around. He could drive it around third gear the whole track if he felt like it. And coming to the checkered flag for his first win of 2017, Michael Block will take the checkered flag here in Finland in a very much needed win for the 2019, that's for sure.